do this the right way. Not left-handed. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. Tequila. Oh. That was what we call a stunt shot. That was water. However, I do have some tequila right here. I did a video about this a year ago. I actually drank more of it than I thought. Must have made margaritas or something at one point. This was Dwayne Johnson is the one who kind of pioneered this brand, as far as I understand it. It is, what is it, 40%? I will assume it is. It is. But what I will be doing is having a little margarita. Am I going to make it myself? No! I have a canned version. Because I'm lazy like that. First, Music Maestro. And I saw some stuff going on with the chats. So give me a moment. Let me know if music is too loud or too soft. Or too silly. I don't think it is. You never know. This is more lo-fi chill stuff, because that's me. 5 fingers, high five. Bow. Eddie Butler, I saw you. Please send the answers email soon. I think I may have worked out 3 of them, but you cannot possibly know XX for the record. So count that one out. That one doesn't count. And I will try to remember to do that later this evening. Whether this will be a 2-hour stream or a 1-hour stream, I don't know yet. I haven't decided. Depends on how much tequila I have. Or whiskey. I know I'm going to have some whiskey at some point. I just don't know what yet. So, also make that, not do that. There we go. I set a reminder. Officially. So I remember. Because if you've been here long enough, you will know my memory is not the best. That's how it sounds in my head. It's like the Charlie Brown. If you ever watch Charlie Brown, the adults talking. That's what the inside of my mind sounds like. It's really frustrating. There we go. And wait, not 1 hour before. There we go. Why it always thinks I need to know an hour in advance, I'm not sure. But there we are. I will have a reminder. Hopefully I will do it tonight. If not, hopefully I'll do it soon. Tipsy Whiskey Shenanigans. Cheers. Hello. Hello, hello. I haven't actually tried this. That must have been loud. I haven't actually tried this. This is Cutwater Lime Margarita. It was, it had ratings. It had, enough people being like, it's pretty good. So I got it. And of course, this is a whiskey channel, tasting channel, review channel, whatever you want to call it. So technically, I'm reviewing this. I already have my little thing set up. Look at this. It says hello on it. You can't really read that. It's going to make a lot of noise like that. I apologize in advance. But I will be using this as the shot glass for more tequila in this. I have 4 of these. It's going to be fun. Take care of yourselves. Don't drink too much. Drink some water. Hydration is key. So I hope some of you at least watched this video last year. If you haven't, watch it now. Watch it later, not now. Watch it soon. And yes, thank you. I'm supposed to do that. All right, there we go. Please remember to like and subscribe. Speaking of, I did see a new subscription recently, so I'm going to replay it, because that's what we do here. Unless it starts being like they happen constantly. Not yet.
Oh, how?
Thank you, Kimberly Ferris, for joining us. Welcome to the KillCo community. You can never leave. That's not true. Anyone can unsubscribe. Now, I know, or I don't know, but my way of doing this, for making a so-called enhanced margarita, is you put the tequila in first before you put the margarita stuff in. Oh, and if you can't tell on the can, this is 12.5% as is. So I'm just boosting it up to the level that I'm at. I'm going to just pretend that 40% plus 10 to a 12.5%. It's 52.5%. Sounds great. Just where I like to be. It's a cork. That's something. Not sure what it says, but it says something. So you can tell this is tequila. The water looked very like clear tequila-like, and I believe there is another version of this tequila. I think this was, they did something to this one. Oh, it's gluten-free. Get me started on that. Copper pot stills. That's important. If you know whiskey stuff, you're like, copper pot stills. Hell yeah. At least I feel that way. Highlands agave. Agave. Agave? Agave. What was the thing they did with this? I like this on the back, though. This actually tells you more about what they did. I can't see chat. The chat thing disappeared because I did the thing. Ooh. Ah, Zenboot, hello. You're welcome. So what am I having for Cinco de Mayo? Jack Daniel's Single Barrel Rye and a German beer. Hey, Cinco de Mayo, you can celebrate any way you want. This is a American-induced holiday that kind of vaguely talks about Mexican culture. If you didn't know that, my father actually reminded me recently that Mexico's Independence Day is not today. I believe it's sometime in September. He told me yesterday, but I forget. I think of this holiday in the same way I think of St. Patrick's Day. It is a cultural appropriation of sorts, but no complaint there. America itself, in my mind, is supposed to be a melting pot of cultures. And I am happy to celebrate any kind of culture at any time, as long as it's not like a violent, crazy, dangerous one. And I don't feel like Cinco de Mayo is that. And St. Patrick's Day technically isn't that, but you know, there are some stereotypes there. There's some stereotypes with every kind of, I just said the word. Whatever I just said earlier. So there are going to be some negatives. For the most part, I like the positives. Cultural fortitude, yeah, fondue. Cultural fondue, I like that. Cultural stereotypes, which is unfortunate, but that's how it is, at least for now. Let's see what this is about. I'm wondering what color it will be. Oh, I almost forgot. Haha. You add the tequila first. So we're going to add the tequila first. I promise this is actual tequila this time. If you weren't here from the beginning, don't worry about it. Pouring this over ice is going to be tricky. See, it already looks like a lot. Oh, and I just messed up the fact that this is 12 ounces, but that's okay. There will be if you want to stick around, this is one of those things you do when you're doing live streams. Stick around to the end because of this. But I do have my own little shot glass, which I will take a small shot of tequila at the end of the stream. Small. Not like this. Like this. Which really isn't much smaller, but I don't plan to fill it to the brim either, so. Donna Pass Whiskey, hello. Welcome. Mind you, I will also regret taking a shot of tequila. That is, I know that will happen. No doubt in my mind. If you didn't know, for someone who talks about taking care of yourself and being aware of your alcohol consumption, I say that, and I also need to let people know, which I should have done last month, but it just totally slipped my mind until I had to look for these. I have a shot glass collection. I have a number of shot glasses because of my earlier days with alcohol, and I just never got rid of them. In fact, I got more, probably, over the past, not recently, not since I started drinking whiskey, but probably since I was 18 up until my mid-35-ish range. So somewhere in my 30s, I just stopped with this. But this is, I think part of it is just liking like the unique ones, like this one has a base. Shush. I know. Something about glassware. I don't know. Or at least, I think I bought this from a guy who actually did it himself, so it looks nice. I don't know. I don't need to make sense. Believe me. I rarely do. Oh, yeah. Is it green? I don't think it is. I'm looking at it going, is it? I think the tequila itself isn't green, but it is the only color in this. What is that? Oh, that's an air bubble. Good. So there we go. Our tequila is underway. I don't have any salt or anything. I do like salt on the rim of a tequila thing. Not sugar. It's sweet enough Yes, it is. I have my glass straw and my glass, whatever the hell this thing is, mason jar. So that's going to make a really annoying clinking sound, I imagine. That's okay. Salud. Pretty good. The funny part is I was expecting to like, oh gosh, there's tequila in it. And then I remember where I'm at with proof on my whiskey. There's this right here though. That's a given. I'm getting far too used to that sensation. What is in your glass? That's what I should ask. I know Zen Boot already told us. I gotta take my wallet out of my pocket. Ugh. Oh, and for the record, I have a Patreon. So if you'd like to see more of this madness on Patreon's the place to see it. I am trying to promote the hell out of my Patreon because YouTube isn't paying me anything right now. And I feel the better thing to do is push for the Patreon. It helps me advance the channel. Eventually YouTube's gonna be like, this guy's doing stuff. Let's tell him to do massive amounts of work for us. For pennies. And we also get a cut of super chats. Oh. Unless you go through Venmo or PayPal, there's also that option. The link to that should be pinned in the comment above. Yes, good. Mega chats and all that. So that's an option. Anything to help support the channel. Long-term Patreon. Right now, well, there are links for that. Super long-term, subscribe to the channel. It's a thing. I'm still trying to get over the fact I've been doing this for 4 years. 5? 4? Hold on. Started in 2019. Officially started in 2019. There's videos before that. I did a lot of videos for, I think, 2 years of just me doing whiskey stuff for December, trying advent calendars. And then in 2019, I officially decided to start doing this as a thing because I was doing it anyway. I enjoyed doing it. Still trying to do it that way. Trying not to veer off course with that, and I've had that feeling numerous times. I can see how this is pretty good. Hold on, let me do a slight comparison here. Look at that. That's odd. Maybe it's because I drank it right out of the can, and I would assume you're not supposed to. I assume you're supposed to put this in a glass of some sort. Oh, there's triple sec in this. Okay. I think adding the extra tequila makes it taste better. This is good tequila to begin with, at least in my mind. I know it is a celebrity-sponsored tequila, or more. I don't know if he endorsed it or actually bought the company or created the company. I don't understand it. Anyway, I like it. Officially, this is the kind of tequila I would have on the rocks. Alright, so that's where we're starting with this. So I think it's pretty good for my tastes. My tastes in tequila are not that high. But it's not that expensive. And of course, Dwayne Johnson. The world seems to love him. He is still a scary man in my imagination. He's very circular in areas that seem like they shouldn't quite be that way all the time. But I'd like to say hello to him someday. Who knows? Nobody knows. He's still like 6 foot something too. I mean, good grief. Alright. What next? I couldn't decide on what kind of whiskey to try tonight. That was what really stumped me. I mean, I had plenty. And really, there's no exact need for me to have whiskey tonight. But I feel like I should, because it's a whiskey channel. I could do that. Yes, Brian, I could do that. I'm realizing I have a whole bunch of samples in front of me still. I had one last night. Not last night. The night before last. Last night I had, in the recent video I did, on the Elijah Craig A121, 123. Hope you watched it. I had that on ice, on the rocks last night. It was pretty good. It didn't hurt. It was nice and it was nice and smooth, but it was very easy to drink. A very nice way for me to chill in the evening, literally and figuratively. So I enjoyed it. I really wish I could talk more about Cinco de Mayo, but I'm not one of those people who's going to research anything and start talking like I know anything about Cinco de Mayo, other than, like I said at the start, cultural appropriation, but also, as Zenbud so promptly put it, so nicely put it, succinctly put it even, cultural fondue. That is what I feel this country is supposed to be about, but others may disagree. But they're happy to do the St. Patrick's Day and the Cinco de Mayo. We're not going to go into that. What we're going to do is enjoy margaritas. I wish I had tacos today, but if there's one thing I know, don't go to a taco place on Cinco de Mayo. It's crazy. Everyone has that idea. Don't do it. I will very likely go to a nice little taco place down the road sometime next week. Maybe. No guarantee on that. Money is tight, and I didn't make it any better. I was going to tell the story about what I did today, which is to be an adult. I think there's something called the What's It Pass? In America, at least, you have your license, and they're starting up something new in 2025. And I can't remember the name, and this happens every single time I have to think about it. I don't know why. It's like it's found that one spot in my head where things just go to die. There's a lot of stuff that's gone there. But it'll be like your new license. Your new updated, you're an American for certain thing. I had to use they took my fingerprints and everything. Real ID. Yeah, because that's an original name for it. As opposed to the fake ID we've been using all this time. Anyhow, yes, Real ID. I think that's it. I'll be getting one of those. And because I've been traveling a little bit recently, this is something else I should have done 2 years ago. But I officially went in there to get what I'm talking about. Officially is the TSA clearance of some sort. So you don't have to go through the whole mishmash of taking off your shoes and putting everything through the conveyor belt and all that. You're just set. You're good. They got your info. They know you. They have your fingerprints. They know where you live. All that. They did have to take my fingerprints, but I thought it was absolutely hilarious. And what's really funny, I found it funny. They do your thumbs first, so you do your thumbs, and then they have you do this to take these two. It's because the guys at the machine's like that. You go like that. I thought that was hilarious. I don't know, just me, maybe. Either way, that was a big I am a living, breathing adult stuff that I got done today. No ink, Zenbud. That's a thing of the past. It was just a machine. They're like, put your hands here. And I went, okay. There wasn't even any kind of light scanning thing. It just did it. Wild. I thought it was wild. I did get my fingerprints taken as a kid, if I remember correctly. That was like a thing they did back then. I know why, because if you got lost and they found you, that was a way for them to find you. But that was way back then, the freaking ink stamp BS. Now it's all digital. It's wild. What else? That was like it. That was my full day. I got up late, because I was up late. And then, and also, of course, the main thing I should be talking about, other than Cinco de Mayo, is May is Mental Health Awareness Month. And guess who's got mental health issues? Which is why I'm talking about doing these adult tasks that most people can handle. And yet that was my full day. Thankfully, the people who were working at the place I went were very nice and very friendly, very helpful. So that was good. It makes things so much easier. I enjoyed it. It was more of an enjoyable experience rather than oh god, this. And it was fairly easy. The paperwork sucks. I have a thing about paperwork. And I don't mean like, oh god, I can't stand paperwork. I mean I actually have difficulty looking at and following along with those type of sheets. It just hurts my head to look at them. And I'm not quite sure why. Probably has something to do with my difficulty on focusing. Where they're like, look, we've made it all nice and sectioned for you. My brain is like, where do I start? What does this mean? I don't understand. Whose name is that? I'm not supposed to fill in here. Okay. Not fun. But I did it, so it's done. Done. And that will make traveling in October just that much easier. I don't expect to do a lot of traveling in the upcoming years because of financial problems. But that's that. I've had financial problems all my life. So no worries there. Again, thus Patreon. Possibly YouTube verified, whatever that is. 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 watch hours thing. Or the shorts. Did you know the shorts? They're like, if you can get a bazillion short watch hours, we'll let you do it then. With the 1,000 subscribers part. It's wild. If you never looked into making your own channel, it is wild. Bike and Bourbon, hello. I was thinking about you recently. I know that sounds weird, but I keep thinking about getting my bike fixed up. I've been saying that for the better part of a year, because as I said a moment ago, financial difficulties. I can't just go and do that. I don't even know where to go. I have a place in mind or a general idea of where to go. But the cost of it would not be cheap, I don't think, because it's been a few years since I've ridden a bicycle. So, Mr. Great Shot, cheers, brother. Or, as we're saying today, at least, what the hell was it? It was there, I said it earlier. Salute. I think that's the one they use this time of year. Quick drop to show love and mash button. Anyway, Chambers, thank you. You still have something waiting for you. You let me know. Every time I see you, till I send it out. John McKillen, cheers, hello, welcome. Travel to Sunbury? No. No, unfortunately. Not that, no, I don't want to. At least not right now. I am not mentally prepared for that. And I can't afford it anyway. So, I think we're whittling things down. I've been traveling a lot over the past couple of years per my travel in general. Yep. Mike Bourbon says, I thought about making more content on my channel. It's a ton of work. Maybe more content this summer. There you go. Here's the thing. My advice is do it at your own pace. Do it because you want to do it. When you can do it. Don't go nuts or you will just drop it. It'll become too much. I don't know how people with actual day-to-day jobs deal with the added thing of handling this. It's not easy. I wish it were, but it's not. Oh, no margaritas for me right now. I'm sipping on an old-fashioned Mayo with 1792 full proof. Oh my gosh, that's so good. Well, I remember 1792 full proof as being very good. I could see myself making a 1792. 1792 what? Oh, the bottle and bond version I have. It's got a banana note, which I don't like. So it would be just great in an old fashioned. I could smother the hell out of that thing. With that said, I also heard something weird in a video game I played recently. I've been playing Cyberpunk 2077 far too much. It is so distracting and so just... I thought about doing streams about it because that way maybe I'd stop for a while. What was my point? Oh, in the game, a beverage you can buy, a cocktail you can buy, is a tequila old-fashioned. I thought that would feel a bit weird. There's nothing wrong with the idea, you know, but it's just one I never considered, considering I've always thought about it being bourbon or rye. And then someone's like, you know what, let's make a tequila old-fashioned. I just go, since I've never had one, my brain doesn't know how to interpret that. Maybe I'll make one tonight. Probably not, but I might. It's an option. Don't forget about those thumbs. Thank you very much. Hydration is key. I have my water right here, and I may or may not have taken a very big slug of water at the start of this stream. If we go back to check the beginning, it's very important. Not many people are here at the very beginning. There is stuff I do at the beginning that everybody misses. But I do it because I think it's funny. Mr. Great Shot, she has not received them yet. Because I've not received something yet. Ugh. Constant drink is rye whiskey sour. Last night I switched it up with the Manhattan. Several people commented on how good it looked. Yeah. What kind of glass was it in? Was it in like a martini glass or one of those things? Because that's what does it. It's a bit of a showy drink if you do it that way. I need to go to somewhere where they make a good Manhattan. That's one thing I haven't found in my area, to my knowledge, is a place where they make absolutely fantastic cocktails. I know one place. But that's also a distillery, which I find hilarious. If you want to go have not only some good whiskey, but also some pretty stellar cocktails, Working Man Distilleries in Massachusetts area. Then, but where are they actually? I forget. They're not far from me. Oh, different samples. Well, yes. See, Mr. Great Shot and the Champs. I don't know which ones you're talking about. You'd be talking about a completely different thing, but my brain went to something I still have in my possession, which I hope will go somewhere else sometime soon. They are down there. My point was, I need to try a very good, a choice Manhattan someday. That would be nice. Because I have tried one that I made myself, and I didn't like whatever that stuff is that's used as part of the ingredients. I forget what it is, but it's a rye whiskey, and then this thing. It's very herbal. That's all I can remember about it. And then there's something else, but I forget what. Maybe bitters. I was not a fan, but I used the cheap stuff. That was a mistake. I wasn't about to buy a whole bottle of really expensive stuff that I planned to use for one cocktail. So, probably my fault there. It makes so much noise. These flavors we think alike in that regard. You gotta have perfect Manhattan and really good cherries. Yes. I, so far, am a bit of a snob / stickler for the Luxardo cherries. Those are super good. I might go eat one after this just because. I always use them in my own old fashions. That's why I have a bottle. The only problem is they're stupidly expensive. So if I could find an alternate that was almost as good, if not just as good. Cool. There's still a little in here. I'm going to pour it into this. So my cup runneth over. Again, I want to say I didn't add enough ice, except for the fact that I filled it with ice. Now the ice is melting, so I have more room. But I'm not about to get up and get more ice. Keep that in mind. I don't even remember what kind of vermouth I have. I used it and it was gross, so like I said, probably didn't make it right. Probably bought the cheapest vermouth possible. My mistake. But I do have a couple places I can try out that kind of cocktail. It's really hard to tell. Like when you go into a bar, is it? I think there's a difference between someone who's at the bar pouring drinks and then someone who's a bartender. Really? Because bartenders go through some pretty rigorous training to make the cocktails as quickly and efficiently and deliciously as possible. Possible. Well, tequila, hello. What are you doing? I didn't talk about the back of this. Well, I mentioned it, and I forgot. So the one thing I like is the info they give you on the back. The notes here are exactly what you expect for notes that don't tell you anything. They're as vague as possible. That's okay. People like that. The notes are notes of oak and vanilla with a smooth, rich finish. None of that is incorrect. Anyhow, the rest of the info here, which I like, the agave they use is 100% Blue River Highlands. The roasting they did was in a brick oven. The stills they used were copper pot stills. The aging was in oak barrels. That's why it looks a little different, not quite just straight up white tequila. The calories are 96 per 1.5 ounces. That's good to know. Why not? Carbohydrates, 0. Sugars, 0. Certified gluten-free. And that's it. Those last few I couldn't give anything about. I was like, oak barrels, cool, calories. I don't know you should really worry about calories if you're drinking straight liquor of any sort. But it has it. Most of them don't. Like, I don't see serving size and calorie count on any of the whiskeys I have. I think that would be hilarious if they had that for everything. And the fact that it's on here is hilarious. By the way, there is... You can't see it. Hold on. Freak my camera out here. If you can or cannot see that. Do it. Do it. There we go. Dwayne Johnson's signature. Woo! I guess his big thing is mana. Which means something as far as Hawaii goes. I can't remember what it means. Of course not. Why would I remember? Clunk, clunk. Ugh. Bad Moose is really bad and goes flat fast. Yeah. I don't know. I still have it. It's probably for not a good thing. I don't know how long it lasts. There you go. This is nice. How is it 7:30 already? What the heck just happened? Speaking of, the thing I'm supposed to do every 15 minutes has now been every 30 minutes usually. But there we go. Stop. Talk about this. Behave yourself. There you go. Likes and subs and stuffs. If you subscribe now, you get a prize. And it would show up there automatically. Which I find hilarious. Because I set it up myself that way. With that, though, I still haven't figured out... Oh, teaser. 30-minute mark. Teaser for Sunday. I'm making this up if I go along, if you can't tell. For this Sunday, I have decided, since sometimes I don't know sometimes I want to do a stream where I'm just hanging out with you guys and chatting and drinking whiskey. I like those. I hope you like those too. Those are what I like to mostly do because it requires less effort and a lot less stress on my part. However, there are times where I have things like this. And I think, well, I could do 3 videos about this. I could. I used to do them all the time. Mini reviews is what I called them, because these are miniature. Ugh. But I decided what would be even more exciting with this in particular, since I am a strong supporter of Compass Box products. Is to do a flight of them. Since I have 3, I can have 3 glasses and compare. They're all going to be completely different, but I'd like to find out, which one of these I would like the best. Came with a card that startled me. 3 blends, limitless deliciousness. I should probably, I'll save that for the stream. But what I wanted to show you were the 3 different versions here. As always, the labeling is on point. I've had the Orchard House, if I remember correctly, which I might not. Sugar Kitty turned me on to Orchard House through the samples. We have Orchard House, Glasgow Blend, and the Hedonist. So those are the 3 contributors to what I will be doing on Sunday. There is, of course, the one I've already tried, and it was the preferred Scotch. Out of this is my memory going. Why do I remember this? But I believe Sugar Kitty sent me samples. I didn't like most of them. I don't know why, except for one, which was of course the Orchard House Compass Box. So looking forward to trying those again. And I don't think I've had the other 2. Maybe I have. I probably haven't. So I'm looking forward to trying those again. Or that one again, and seeing how it compares to the other 2. I am curious. Yes, Mr. Big Shot. Anything from Compass Box is usually quite tasty. This is true. I have enjoyed almost everything I've tried from them. Ouch. Now, another topic of conversation. What tequila do you like? What tequila do you drink? What tequila have you drank? What tequila do you regret drinking? I, thankfully, personally, have never had a bad experience with tequila. I may have had a couple of times when I've done shots of tequila, but even that is maybe. If I did, it would be around this time. I would do shots of tequila, or at least a shot of tequila. But for the most part, I've never gotten trashed on margaritas or anything, so there's no animosity or avoidance to tequilas, which is good for me. I have a not a dislike of rum, because when I think of rum, still, unfortunately, I think of Captain Morgan, which any official rum drinker, someone who actually enjoys rum, and I don't mean pirates, they sip it neat, similar to whiskey. It's like a whiskey thing. Like you sip your rum neat, and they are more prone to getting angry if you say Captain Morgan rum. That is a spiced rum. It is almost like saying Fireball is a whiskey. You see, it makes it real quick for us whiskey drinkers if you say, Fireball is whiskey. It isn't. But if you say Captain Morgan is a rum people get a little angry. It's like flavored rum and not rum. Music is wild. Huh. This is the new music I'm listening to for streams because it literally says no copyright streamers. And it's lo-fi type music, which I've been enjoying as far as my streams because I like to chill out for this stuff. Take it down, help us guide ourselves into the weekend. Except my shoulders are doing that thing they do where they go. You can't tell, but I can feel it. I'm trying to get that out of there. It's a great shot. I don't remember the name of the tequila I got for my wife for her birthday, but it came in a very nice ceramic bottle that was blue and white. It was very good. I've seen that same bottle. I know exactly what you're talking about. I don't know the name either. I don't think I've ever tried it, but it looked nice. But as is often said in the whiskey world, at least I've heard it from some people, don't buy them pretty. Like don't buy the bottle, buy the whiskey. And that's hard to do when you've never tried the product. It's weird, but marketing does its job very well. But I'm glad you liked it. Again, I have no level of what is enjoyable whiskey to me and what is not. Oh, Class Azul. Is that it? It's a great shot. I wouldn't know the name if I saw it because I don't remember. I remember the look of the bottle. That's it. That's what they want. That's marketing right there, baby. Do you know what it looks like? Yes. I had a bad experience tonight. I was Joe Crow at a friend's flat warming party. Jose Cuervo bottle came with a free banana. Oh, banana. Bandana. I wish it came with a free banana. That would be hilarious. Bananas are cheap. Oh, thank you. That's a great shot. I appreciate that. You have no idea. Coffee is good. I love coffee. I had a triple latte today. It is not helping right now. It barely helped at all after I actually, it helped me get out of my apartment and go do the things I did today, which was to, as I said, I went to AAA of all places because I have a membership there. And I'm able to get my license renewed there, and I got the TSA thing situated there, and I got... What was the other one? I said it earlier. The real ID. There we go. Oh, you got it. Nailed it. So we know what the tequila was. If you're wondering, try some interesting tequila, which comes in an interesting bottle. Classy Azul. What bottle would come with a free Brianna? If one came with it, it would be... You can't see it. Hold on. The Magnificent Beast bottle. Because Daniel worked on that and he loved it. And of course, Magnificent Beast, which is like Magnificent Bastard. You get it. But I have a feeling that Brianna wouldn't let you take it. She'd be like, yes, I come through with the bottle. Just buy the bottle. So you would then buy the bottle. She would take it and run away. That's what I, in my mind, think would happen. Really, I don't know. I don't know Brianna that well, but she's a lovely human being. And she is, as you know, as some have said, you see what you get. You get what you see. Oh, thank you. That's a great job. That's very generous of you. Thank you very much. Yes. That will buy me a whole pound of coffee, by the way. I think it's $23 total. I think. I forget. But also, first of all, the coffee I buy, all the money goes to charity. Second of all, well, some of it goes to charity for Partners in Health. And that's, I won't go on the whole spiel, but it's a thing. Helping, in this case, it's directly going to helping build a, I don't remember the word. Hold on. Sierra Leone is a place in Africa, and they're building a hospital type area, strictly speaking, for helping mothers so they can have their children safely and get whatever kind of medical assistance they need in that, because unfortunately the death rate of the mothers and the children over there was pretty high. It's improving slightly, but that is where a bunch of that money goes for the coffee I buy, and the other portion of it goes to the people who actually make or grow the coffee beans. So that's good. And that is theawesomecoffeeclub.com. I'll give you the link. I have no beneficial anything from this. I just think it's a worthy cause. So if you like ground coffee, if you make pour over like I do, or I think they just got the pods recently. And I actually know they did, but I don't use Keurigs or anything like that. That's for heathens. No. The beast is so tasty. I know, Mr. Great Chef. Maybe I'll have some of that tonight. We'll see. There you go. Please let me know if that link works. Awesomecoffeeclub.com. Run by these two, for the record. And I am supporting everything they do because they do a lot of awesome stuff. As I said, don't forget to be awesome. DFTBA. That is a slogan that they use. They even have this as their like little DFTBA thing. If I could just get my fingers to stay. There we go. That is the thing they did once upon a time. I have a t-shirt. The Pizza John shirts. That's another thing of theirs. There's a lot of stuff they've been involved with. I am hoping to get in on their wavelength someday. I mean, I have this behind me. If you know who they are, then... And if you don't, they're called the Blog Brothers, VLOG Brothers, on the YouTube. Go check them out. They have a million something odd subscribers, I'm sure. But they're doing good things. They are trying to... they specifically have a corporation called, I think it's... There's something to decrease world suck. So they are actively trying to decrease world suck, and I think that's a noble goal. At any rate. There you go, Mr. Great Shot. They got ground coffee you can use. I don't know if the I know French press might need a different grind level. I don't know, but I know for pour over, at least for my coffee needs, it works just fine. Wasted away again in Margaritaville, searching for my lost shaker of salt. Ow, I don't know where that came from. It's the margarita talking. Oh, I should have brought my breathalyzer. It's in the car. I'm not going to go get it. Oh, I just got some margarita mix stuff on my desk. No. No, I'm not going to do that. Not this time. I'm not there yet. Hello. Senor Cinco. Whoa! Hey now. Hey, you can't do that to me all of a sudden. Listen, that one I'm trying to clean up a little bit of a mess, a droplet. I have paper towels right next door because you know, I tend to spill stuff. I've spilled water a couple times on my desk recently. I'm not happy about that. So that's a recent moving that closer to myself. Thank you. Hold on. Let me see what happened there. Happy 5-5. Senior Cinco. That's a nice donation to the channel. I appreciate that. Not donation. Support. A nice... How do I phrase this properly? I can't call it a donation because donations and taxes and nonprofit and all that nonsense. So thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for showing your support. There we go. Financially, but supporting. There you go. I know who that was, by the way. It was Senior Cinco. I think that's what he said. Thank you. And of course, my phone is about 10 hours behind. There we go. Thank you very much. You know who. Appreciate that. That's gonna help. Actually, I had to. What I didn't say was doing that adult stuff I was doing today, with getting my real ID and getting my pass for TSA. So again, if you don't know what it is, you go through this process, which is a very simple process, honestly. I don't know why more people don't do it, but it's probably because it costs $78, $75, but it lasts for 5 years. So for the next 5 years, every time I travel, I will completely bypass the long line and the waiting and the taking off your shoes and the going through the scanner and that stuff. That stresses, not mentally ill people out. Stresses me out so bad. I'm just waiting for them to take me away and be like, we need to strip search you, that kind of thing. That's never happened, but it just sits in my head. And in this case, all I have to do is walk through. That's it. I don't know how they regulate that at all, but I can only assume it's because your card or your plane ticket will have something on it saying, yeah, you're good. You've been officially checked by the FDA. The STA? TAS? TSA. Got it. Sugar Kitty, I just talked about you. And I didn't say anything bad. We were talking about, again, I'm also, hold on, I almost didn't do it. I know most of you have, not all of you have, but I have to do that. I really need to get that automated so I don't have to think about it. Make my life so much easier. Why did I become Italian? But we're having a teaser for Sunday, and Orchard Blend. Orchard House is one of the sample that we're trying. This is a Compass Box 3-pack. And for some reason, I remember specifically that the sample pack of Scotch you gave me had, the one Scotch I like the most was the Orchard House from Compass Box. So I get to try it again. Checked by all the alphabet, yes. Officially checked. Fingerprints and everything. But as I said, I won't have to deal with that stuff for 5 years. I don't plan to travel a heck of a lot, but when I do, it'll feel great. There you go. That's always fun, isn't it? My dad has that. I think, well, here's the thing. My dad cannot travel right now. As most of you know, he is dealing with pancreatic cancer. So far, so good. That's nice. But when he got his knee replaced, because he didn't have the walk-on through at the time, they would have to search him and pat him down every time because he had a new knee replacement. So he hated that. They literally had to check him every time because of that. Even if you already know, it's on the thing, there's a form, they have to do it. It's super annoying. So I hope that goes well for you, Sugar Kitty. I recommend going through the TSA BS and paying the $78 to not have to go through that anymore. $78, 5 years of never having to do that when you travel. The long-term thought process here is that I will go to Ireland and Scotland within the next 5 years. That's a big knock on wood. Again, sorry about the noise. That was probably loud. More importantly, because in the back of my mind, I'm thinking about it's bourbon night. We're currently in Scotland. It's bourbon night. The Bourbon Channel is in Scotland. Wild. I hope they're having fun. But I'm like, what the hell? I'm the Whiskey Guy channel, and I will try the Scotch and the Irish and the Japanese and all of it. Bourbon. When am I going to get to Scotland or Ireland? However, so far I've been very fortunate enough to go to Texas once a year, where a big Bastards Ball happens, and I get to meet people from all over the freaking world. I got to meet Roy last year. I got to meet, why can I never remember his name? Stillet. Jesse. There we go. Jesse from Stillet. He's much taller than you would expect. He's a very tall person. Who else did I meet? It's Bourbon Night, who I've talked to before. Who else did I meet? There were so many people that I met. I forgot. Oh, Whiskey Crusaders. I met them a few times. They're wonderful. Bloop. Actual whiskey stuff. Orchard House is a great bottle. It was the blended one. Blended single malt, not blended Scotch. Bernese, Clan Leash, and liquid. Aha! Aha! Oh, sorry. Oh my God. Mr. Great Shot, why? Yep. Has like everything. It's a wired chest like me, has a rod in his hip, pin in his leg. Woo! Why not just make him into a cyborg? I feel like that's the next step, really. We're just going to take our brains out of our skulls, put them in cyborg bodies. It's going to be great. Right? It's a thought. I mean, I don't hate the idea of bicycling someplace. I actually was one of the little things. I don't know if it's a midlife crisis, except I was, 30 something. So, but I have had the thought, numerous thoughts. Again, these are again mental health awareness stuff. Not hypomanic, but I guess hypomanic's the one that's simpler. I've been looking into my mental health stuff again recently, bipolar wise. And there are a lot of different words that are thrown around, but the easiest way to say it is manic, when you get a little too excited about stuff. I've been there. Like 2019, I was there the whole time, up until the end of 2019 when I lost my pet. I had to euthanize my pet Max. Huge depression spiral after that, and then 2020 started. So that sucked, but again, the whiskey community and doing these videos and just that kind of thing kept me going. I don't know if I would have still been around otherwise. So, yeah, May is Mental Health Awareness Month. That's why I'm talking about this on Cinco de Mayo. But what was my point? Shit. That. Oh yes, I've had numerous extreme ideas. Bicycling to Kentucky, or taking a train to California, or flying to not New Zealand, wait, it's in not Norway, the Netherlands? Is that it? Somewhere, far away, for no reason, no solid reason, just because it seems like a good idea in the moment. And sometimes I do that in smaller ways, and sometimes I don't. I try not to get it out of hand, but there are times, and I'm lucky that my condition isn't as severe. Because if you look at some people who are dealing with, I don't think it was Iceland. It was somewhere far away. I feel like it was the Netherlands. Somewhere where there's beautiful blonde women who don't speak English. And I feel like it's the Netherlands or somewhere else. Switzerland, maybe? That could be it. Again, there's no sensible, logical explanation for any of this. It was just the random, I think this would be a great idea. And then just woo, going. I wouldn't have gotten very far, but... as much as Scotland is a great place to vacation, Ireland is even better. I like Scotland, but I love Ireland. I want to go see both. My main thing is I want to see Ireland. Irish heritage, no surprise there. But I would like to see Scotland, especially Islay, because of the fact that it's been talked up so much. And being someone who was raised on an island. I grew up in Rhode Island. I'm still here, but I used to live on Aquidneck Island, which is one of the few islands that is part of Rhode Island. There are more than one. So I know what it's like to be on an island, like that kind of thing. It's connected by bridges, mind you, so it's not hard to get off of. But there's something about just being separated from the mainland where the place itself feels slightly different. Like, it's not as easy to get there. It's a place most people don't go to. That's why I try to talk up Newport or Providence. Not so much Providence. Providence is a city. I'm not a city person. Newport, Rhode Island, where I was born, is an interesting place. Lots of history, lots of mansions, lots of ocean. The ocean is there. Beautiful place to just be. Thames Street in particular, lots of people like to walk down there, hang out, enjoy the atmosphere. Everyone speaks English in the Netherlands, usually with better grammar than we have. Yeah, I think that was part of the selling point. Like, I could go to a place where people would understand me, and I wouldn't necessarily have to understand them. Iceland, my favorite place of all. I have a picture of a place on the Smoky Bay where the winds come through. It's fantastic. Another one I've had is Japan. Like, going to Japan, just one way, mind you. Not like, I'm going to come back, like leaving completely. Happens more often than I like to think about. Because I like Japan. I like the culture. I like the history. Well, not all the history, but some of it. I like anime. I have enough Japanese phrases and sayings in my brain, so I might be able to get around. I could at least say good morning and good night. I might be able to ask for food. I could at least sit down and say thanks for the meal. All that kind of stuff. People are chawed to do it right. Fluent Kentucky redneck. Well, maybe. Let's see, sugar cane. I don't remember. I think the scariest thing about mental health situations like that is I feel so detached. Like, I know it's my body and I know what I'm doing. I know that I am doing what's happening, but it doesn't quite feel like I'm steering the ship. It feels like it's on autopilot. And not necessarily in a bad way, but not in a good way. I have been trying to think about the way that you describe being manic. And if you think of yourself at your peak, like at the highest level of functional you can be, where everything is just going your way and every little thing seems to be just a clue at how you're doing it right. Every person who sees you is happy to see you and wishes they could be you. And, you know, like, you seem like such a wonderful person when they just look at you. The complete opposite of what's happening in my head most of the time these days, mind you. But it is hard to get people onto that level because no one has really gotten there, for very long. There are certainly times when people are on top of the world, but when you're just stuck with it at 11, it's not great. It seems great. It's not. The come down from it is not worth it. The only real disappointing part is, I say disappointing, but the hard part, the difficult situation is when you are at that level in your head, mentally, where you feel like you're on top of the world, you can do anything, and nothing you do is wrong. And then the flip happens. The crash, the depressive episode shows up, and you realize where you were and the feeling you have then. Like you were in paradise. You were everything you wanted to be, and then you're face down in the mud, covered in shit. It's not good. There's a very different spectrum between those two things. But you landed in it, and you miss where you were, and you don't know how to get back. But thankfully, with the medication I'm taking, I'm kind of doing this, bobbing along. Just being like, oh gosh, hold on. Don't worry about it, but I will bring the attention to the fact that there are a lot of people who have to suffer with that, and you don't see it most of the time. Come by Planet could look after you. Oh, I know who you're talking about. I think. I would have to look it up, but there are a few YouTube channels that have crossed my path about Japanese culture and just living in Japan, that kind of thing. I get on a kick with YouTube with people who speak other languages, like fluently, magically, almost. That's always fun. There's some guy he speaks some Chinese or Mandarin, or he speaks fluent languages, many of them, and it's nuts. I don't know how you can do it. I have a problem speaking English. What I do think, and this is an opinion, not a fact, is that we should teach different languages to children at a younger age. Spanish, for example. I tied it into Cinco de Mayo somehow. But I think it would be amazing if more children learned 2 languages growing up. Spanish, French, Japanese, whatever. I tried to go for French. French? Sure. French. They didn't do it. I could say, parlez-vous anglais? Which means, do you speak English? I think that's what it means. I could be telling someone to go screw. Ha-cha-cha-cha. Don't worry, it's a 2-hour stream. I know. Only today. I thought about doing a giveaway today, but it's like, you're going to be drinking margaritas, my guy. Don't do it. And the only added thing would be I'm going to add a sample of tequila, which you can get fairly easily. So I said no. Possibly next Friday. I don't know. Remember, this whole entire channel and everything goes along with it will be just with me. So I don't know about next week if there will be a Friday giveaway. But if it's going to be a giveaway, I'm going to try to aim it for Friday. Sunday, however, we'll see. There will be a blind flight with this, and maybe in the background, a Scotch giveaway? Maybe. I do have a lot of Scotch, by the way. But with its Bourbon night in Scotland, I don't know what their plan is. I could ask them. I am not asking them right now. Don't worry about it. No, I can't text them. What are you talking about? Excuse me. Whoa. Oh, that was the music. I thought my phone did something all of a sudden. Jeez. A few Bush beers. There you go. Hey, you want to talk like you're from Boston? Then, geez, man, I can tell you. Tell you what. I tell you what. I like that idea. I'm going to look that up. That's what I was going to do. Compi Planet. There we go. Let me see if it's what I think it is. I don't think it is. That. Autoplay, you can go to hell. Oh, he looks like he's not Japanese at all. Oh, he's got whiskey. Oh, I see what you're doing. I like that. First thing I see about Compi Planet, he has whiskey. Japanese whiskey. He's got the hibiki is what I saw right there. So thank you for that. What I will tell you, at some point, remind me, Sugar Kitty. Sorry, remind me, Andrew Butler. I'm thinking about the Compass Box and who I'm talking to. I'm sorry. Andrew Butler, remind me. I reminded myself already to message you later. Maybe I'll remember to send you a different channel that I am aware of that does stuff in Japan. I don't remember what it was. It was like what to do in Japan or something simple like that. But it's a great shot. My mental illness is ADHD, but I've gotten better as I've gotten older. No meds for years, many years now. That's good. Not everyone needs meds, but it definitely helps to at least look into the idea and at the very least talk to someone else about it. That's usually more for the case of depression episodes like I have. I have to see a psychiatrist. Psychiatrist? I have to see someone every month to not only talk about how I'm doing, but also to make sure I have my prescriptions all set up. And I do. I have this one, and I have this one. If anyone doesn't think I have problems, these are a lot of pills, and they last a month. Yay! Whoa, look at this. Andrew Butler. French, Spanish, and Latin from my teens. We never had a German teacher available, so I couldn't do that. But I got to do Russian for 3 years. Wow. Drink lots of vodka. No, don't do that. Vodka, as they call it over there. I know, I'm sorry. It's Sugar Kitty's fault, not mine. But unfortunately, it was around the time that Scotch started going up in price because of the whole mess that we all live in, where I don't even remember what it was, like shipping containers or some nonsense like that. Just getting stuff overseas. Import tax. Irish whiskey went up. Scotch prices went up. Why must it be this way? Zenboon, I know that's Russian. I don't understand a word of it. That is scribble. When I see Russian, I just see scribble or some kind of alien language or hieroglyphics. Something of that nature. Everything looks a little peculiar and hard to read. That's okay. I'm trying to remember. If I remember to look it up, I gotta find it. That's the problem. Let me try to find it now. I hate doing that when I'm streaming because it's like I'm doing something else. But we got Compi Planet. I'll try to remember that. I'm not gonna subscribe just because I can't subscribe with this my main channel stuff because it's too distracting. Is it that simple? Where is it? What is it? I don't remember. I don't remember. People like Story being annoying. Annoyingly loud, I should say. Not a bad way, like they're a couple way and they're talking to each other louder than usual. Where is it? Hold on. I did How to Japan. That didn't help. Now it's gonna bug me. We're at the phase where I have fixated on something, and I need to figure out what it is, and I can't find it, which is going to annoy me further, unless he stopped doing stuff. Because if he did, well, that's a problem. But if I see his face, it's a specific person, then I'll know. But there's so much stuff about Japan that it's hard to cycle through it. It's just talking about how Japan. I'll try to find it. Again, I'm not going to find it now. It's just going to take me forever if I try to look now. Blah. To health. What? Oh, that. Does that say Nostrovia? Is that it? I swore that's what it meant in Russian, but I don't remember. Nostrovia. Something of that nature. The pills they want me to take are basically time-release meth. No thanks, to just deal with it. Oh, they want you to do Adderall? Or something like that? I tried Adderall. Adderall's great. Except that I can't taste anything and I don't eat. That's the real problem. I got down to 155 pounds after, not necessarily after, when I was taking Adderall. But not long after. But I did stop. And I will also blame that on manic. Believe it or not, if you go manic, you drop in weight. If you go back to the videos I did in 2019, you will see that I just decided to stop shaving entirely. So I look a mess. And I look a lot thinner. And not like a good thinner, like I just look emaciated almost. Go check, it's there. To health. I don't know what Nostrovia means in Russian, but it sounds like a toast, so that's what I say. It could be like, to your mother. Why it sounded like that? I don't know. To your mother. It's not Russian. Mr. Great Show, yes, I will. Spoilers for anyone else who's attending the Masters Ball. There will be no official YouTube or Whiskey Tuber stuff involved with that, which I feel is good. I feel a little bad because the first time I got to do it was last year. It didn't go great. The Wi-Fi didn't work, so I couldn't do what I wanted to. But I got to be a Whiskey Tube person who was there, along with other Whiskey Tube folk. This year, however, there will be no official area for that. However, that is one less thing for them to worry about, so that's good. And Whiskey Tube people will still be there They will just not have, you know, a booth or anything like that. So you can see them and you'll talk to them if they're there. I will be one of them. So if you want to go there, the main thing you have to do is, one, be a patron of mine. That's not true. Doesn't hurt. But if you're a Whiskey Tribe Patreon, then you basically get a free ticket if you reserve early. And they will not be talking about it until, let's see, the earliest would be maybe September. Wait, no. Yeah, early September or late August is the earliest, I think. I'm in. I already know I'm going. I already have a placeholder. But that is because I don't want to say that. That sounds pretentious. I have already talked to people who are dealing with the stuff with the whiskey or the Bastard's Ball. I got in as a Whiskey 2 person, as a person who makes content about whiskey on YouTube, who has attended the Bastard's Ball for a couple of years now, and is a whiskey somm. That doesn't hurt either. So I'm good. I got a ticket. I could even be asked to help out with the Bastard's Ball. It's happened before. If you're a whiskey somm, they can ask you, be like, hey, can you help us out with this? And you'll be like, sure. Dextromethorphan. Hold on. Dextroamphetamine. I know what that is. Well, again, I say ask for help, and or at least seek help. Seek out help. That's the hard part. I've seeked out help for quite a while, but that doesn't mean it's going well. Getting to the medication I've been using recently, that actually seems to mostly help, took about 10 years. And I'm not seeing a therapist right now, but I should. I haven't been able to find a new one because the one I did go to was for at least 7 to 8 years. And then I saw another one for about 2 or 3 years, and that got me through, let's see, 2020 and 2021. That was it. Then I just stopped going because of my insurance. For those who don't know, I had an insurance debacle not long ago. It was where I filled out a form the wrong way, and I got freaked out because I was getting notifications about having insurance and freaking out about it. And then I tried to fill in all the info by myself. I'm not great at that. I clicked something I shouldn't have, which, as I understand it, was talking about long-term care, as in like the end-of-life stuff. I didn't mean to do that, but it screwed everything up. And eventually I was not able to go back, so I had to go forward to get back to where I was. And now I'm on Medicaid and Medicare. Not exactly what I was on before, but probably better because it's long-term. Barstrop. You have a new house? You don't have that place in, paradise away from everyone? Mr. Great Shot, I would graciously accept, except and I've said before, I can't be around people. I have to have my own little, seclusion mode. And, unfortunately, I already have places that are booked, which I booked yesterday, oddly enough. Ellie Chambers, night. Good night. Thank you for popping in. Stay in touch. You know what I'm talking about. I will check my Facebook messages just for you. So although I do appreciate anyone saying, hey, you can stay at my house, I'd be like, I could, except I need to be alone. And by that, I mean around no one else. It feels like a shitty thing to do because people are so gracious, but I do. I need to be, cut off from everything. Mike Franklin, hello. You're late. Also, hello. Welcome to this mess. Been doing good. People have been donating. Supporting the channel with stuff. Again, you can do that above the chat, or you can do that via Patreon, which many of you here do already. So thank you again. I thank you every month, but I have to thank you whenever I think about it because it is the reason I can do more things than I could before. I have other things in mind. What are they? getting a new chair will happen in July. July is the only month I can splurge. Right now, everything is figuring out how to pay off. Oh, not only the trips I took, like other than like the actual cost of the trip, because I never realized, I never really traveled solo until the past few years. Boarding, transportation, and flights are insane amounts of money per me. Like my mindset of money, thousands of dollars just to go somewhere for a week. Thousands of dollars. And that doesn't include food or where you go or gas prices. I'm talking about the very minimum. Blah. So, you know, catching up with that on top of, and if you're a patron of mine, see how I keep having to do that? Patron. I have to. Specifically right now, he smiled at you because I have to deal with a crown. Something that dentists do. I think most of you know what a crown cap is on your teeth. But I have to get 2 of those done. Recently, I negatived myself on my credit card $475 for my crown. And I'm just capped right now. I just got the temporary cap as of 2 days ago. And I'll be getting the actual crown completed in about 2 weeks. But you know, $475 just, I want to say taken away from me, but no, it made me go deeper in the hole, which sucks. I know, right? Right there. You know what my problem is? I will only say this to you. So don't tell you. But I noticed like the color and the look of it gave a bit of a I don't know, you know, not so great vibe if you were to look at it just the wrong way, like squint. And you know, if I were a very different kind of person and you looked at that, you're like, wait a minute, that looks kind of, you know, violent. Ugh. Jesus. It was a great shot again. I appreciate it. That sounds amazing. I think you should do a like a bed and breakfast or something for people who want to visit Texas, other than people being assholes. You sound like you have a great place. But my thing is literally that I can't be near anyone. I know there are other people in the hotel, but I want to just like completely cloister myself off from anyone. And the people at the front desk don't care that I'm there. And the people next door don't know that I am. It's that kind of thing. It's the anonymity, the just kind of the separation, and the ability to just be like, no one around here will tell me or talk to me or do anything. So again, it's nothing personal. Like it's in my own apartment and life like that. That's the feeling. The people next door, they don't give a flying. The people down in the management, they aren't here. So it's that. If I could only get the freaking soundproof walls, I would be so happy. You have no idea. And I've asked for them. Due to my mental health. Like, if I could not hear the guys next door, oh my God, it would be so nice. It'd be so nice. And the only time that happens is in the dead of night when everyone's asleep. And even that is leading this, the one next door in this direction. Well, she's not well either, so she stays up a little late. Unfortunately. You know what? YouTube, you're doing that thing again. There you go. Well, there you go. I'm trying to think of what would be a good deal for that. Not so much bed and breakfast. Maybe private whiskey getaway? Like for your friends and family and such? Or for people who are in the whiskey tube community, like other whiskey tubers, or people you have at least talked to, like I don't even know. It's a great shot. I don't either. But that is, again, a mood disorder thing. Again, why are we talking about my mental health more this month? Well, guess what? It's Mental Health Awareness Month. Therefore, I will be talking about it a little more than usual. But mine is a severe irritability as part of my condition. So, here's, I guess, a good one is thinking, like, if someone cuts you off while you're driving, it's irritating. You know, you're like, oh, screw that guy. And I bet, a few minutes later, you're probably over it. Like, bleh. That kind of thing. I will think about it for a very long time, and I will still get irritated about it. There were a couple of those today. I don't remember them clearly. Something about people not using turn signals, which is not helpful or healthy for me, because most people don't bother, because they don't know how to drive. Especially in this area. Point is, it'll stick. Like, there are plenty... Well, I can't think of anything right now, of course, because I'm trying to. But I have certainly had moments where I have wanted to just go off on someone verbally, but I don't. I've learned how to deal with it. One of them is a trick. I admit some people should use this. It's so, there's a hand gesture that involves less fingers here. You may know which it is. You know which one it is. But if you want to do that to someone, but you don't want them to know, I think that's part of it, of course, is that you let the person know that you can tell them to, put it in your pocket and then do it. Because you're doing it with the same, mental intent of, but they don't see it. But you still got it out there. You mentally got it out there. You physically, the movement was made. But no one gets offended or upset. So that's usually what I've had to do. I do it a lot. Pockets are great. There you go. Yeah. Because I know people who are going to the Bastards Ball don't want to deal with the stupid stuff. The place I did book is 20 minutes away from Crowded Barrel, so that's good. And they have a pool, which will be new. And here's the thing, I splurged because I'm doing that thing in my head occasionally. Which another problem is that I will spend money I don't have. In the case of the dentist, that doesn't count. That's. But in the case of, here's a good example, which I told my friend Greg yesterday, is as soon as I spent or used my credit card to buy, the crown work, the initial $475, then I saw some whiskey bottles go up on Patreon. It's Bourbon Night had a bottle go out, and that was it initially. I said, screw it. Why not? I'll buy that bottle. I've already spent this much. What more hurt could happen if I put more money on the credit card? It doesn't matter at this point. And even worse, almost, they had a little deal that if you buy one bottle and you get another, you get free shipping. So I got two. Saved $20 on shipping. To sum that up, I would have spent... The bottle that I bought was about $40. 45. So, about half. Half the price would have been one extra bottle anyway. You have a pool. What the hell? What do you do? I never know. Like, the fact that you have that kind of house and a pool, I'm like, you're a millionaire in my head. Especially on a nice, vacant piece, no one's around. Oh, choice. I have fantasized about the type of place I would live, and I know it would be in the woods. It would be near the ocean, it would be around, a certain distance away. Because my big problem is I need to be near the ocean. I don't know why. I think it's something about the smell or the emptiness or the massiveness of it all. I went around Ocean Drive just a couple days ago. I showed some patrons of mine. No, I showed Instagram. I think. Me just driving down Ocean Drive, and it was, it felt good, and it was also a beautiful day. Today was also a pretty beautiful day. Tuesday night is going to have a pick at Still Austin soon. Where's my bottle? Where's my invite to get the bottle? It's the damn barrel. No. I think if you do barrel picks, you have to pay a lot to do that, so I can't do that. There you go. That's what it is. I knew it. Although I do know what Mr. Great Shot does for a living, and he does some hard-ass work. He can elaborate if he wants to, but I don't think it's that. This margarita is great. I actually thought I was going to drink 2 of these tonight. So far, that hasn't happened. Because this is 12 ounces instead of 2. Takes a little longer. Actually, it's more like 14 ounces. Zenbood can visit you. We go, Zenbood, if you go to Texas and stay with Mr. Great Shot, both of you could visit me in the vault. That would also cost money, but again, that's not me. That's the vault, and I would have to charge an amount to do it, even though I don't want to. But it was something that was discussed at doing Psalm 2, is you have to know the value of what you are bringing to the table, what you are actually doing for people. And that's hard for me to do, because I'm pretty negative about my own, everything. So putting a dollar value to that is pretty rough. But I do know one thing. I have officially thought that my life is worth $1 a minute. And make sure you hear that properly. My life. Because that's what you're paying for. You're not paying for not only my experience, you're paying for the time I exist on this planet. And I think $1 a minute is pretty cheap. So that's $60 an hour. That's super cheap. I would have to charge more. I know that. It should probably be like 100 or 75 at least to do whiskey som stuff, especially in the vault. But maybe I'd bring it down to 50 for the vault, because the vault itself would cost 50 to get into the vault, because that's what Wizard Academy, the whiskey vault where it is, they say, you have to at least do $50 that go to us to do this. It's their property. And then I'd have to put my own cost on top of it. So it'd probably be $100 total per hour. But that would be the 50 for me. So $50, 2 hours for me in the vault would be $100. Coupled with the $50 that would go directly to Wizard Academy. So it's $150 for 2 hours. And that's where I'm at mentally for now. But I've gone over this concept in my head. I don't think I've really put it to a group. So again, you correct me if I'm wrong. Where I feel like every person, at least a minute of their time, a minute of their life is $1. Minimum, So that means $60 for 1 hour. So that means 8 hours. I'm not good at math. Hey Google, what's 60 times 8?
60 times 8 is 480.
That's not bad. 8-hour day, $480. Sounds pretty good to me. I won't go into the 40 hours, but you get the general idea. Hook 'em up. Do it. I think you'd like Texas Zenbood, at least some of it, although it's hot. Cast strength version of the rye. I'll get you a bottle of that. Oh my god, please do. I have the regular rye. It's behind me. I picked up that when I went there. I still didn't pick up that special barrel because money. I thought about it, and again, also I have two. I have the regular barrel strength, and I have the Nancy Fraley picked when I was down there last year. So if I haven't finished both of those, I wasn't allowing myself to buy another one. It's a great shot. You could have stayed a lot longer. I could have done a lot more. But I'm glad you enjoyed yourself, either way. I know it was probably a bit much with not only me, but all the other whiskey somms who were there. And that was about 8 or 9 of us. We had all graduated, so we were all having a good time. But again, I'm glad you enjoyed yourself. Bottom line, that was what I wanted. And you got to see a little bit more about Wizard Academy behind the scenes. It's a beautiful building. Beautiful building. And if you haven't taken the tour, do that because you'll get a little behind the scenes-ish stuff. I mean, you kind of saw all of it. You saw the main dining area, or the main room, which they take you in first. Then you go up the stairs and you see the, I want to say education room. That's not right. How's it called? Then you see the... Wow. Anyway, you see that room where all the students go. And then they take you up one more floor, which you started at, where they can play the music for you on the rails. And then they take you to the roof. The roof's the fun part. I don't think I took you to the roof. Or did I? I think I did. I did take you to the roof. The roof is something to see, something to behold. Brewmaker Maker, hello! Happy 5-5, just finished the yard book. Oh my God, Brewmaker, that's exhausting. Oh, 31 minutes in. You know what? Hold on. Let me remind everyone. Do it, please. Thank you. Ah, it disappeared again. I was just talking to the Brewmaker Maker earlier. I still have to find out if the what the hell is going on with the wild turkey. I swore they opened up the thing. Ugh. Oh, don't tell me that, Mr. Grace. I don't have it. Tell me. I don't hear you. Blah, 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 blah. I thought about it. Hang it easy, look out. Hey now, boys and girls and everything in between. Why not? Gentiles. I guess we're all enjoying the tequila. Stuff goes straight to my head. I can feel it already. Granted, I put about 2 ounces of tequila in a margarita mix that was at 12%. So we're doing a 55-ish percent in 12 ounces. Kind of. Not 12 ounces of 55%. I would die. Just say it's a strong drink. I think one of the things that I find that is my favorite is being able to go in the vault in Texas. That is huge. There's nothing like it so far in my life. And I go there and I still feel that way when I go in there. First of all, I feel like I shouldn't be in there. I can go in there anytime in Texas, all right? Anytime. For research purposes, and I have. But also, coincidentally, it gets really hot in Texas, and the Whiskey Vault has air conditioning. So there's that. Crowded Barrel does not. Not really. Actually, I think they do, but for the time frame that I was down there, it was cool enough so they could just keep the doors and windows open, so to speak. It's actually nice, especially at night. Nighttime in Texas is choice. It gets so quiet. And I cannot emphasize this enough. Staying on campus at Wizard Academy is absolutely perfect for someone like me, who is a bit of a recluse and who wants to get away from everything for a little bit. It's so quiet and so far away from everything. Like, I'm nowhere near Austin. I'm in the hill country of Texas. There's nobody around, which is a little concerning, mind you. Because my brain is churning with, well, what kind of predators are there in Texas? You know, rattlesnakes, scorpions, tarantulas, those are here for that. So there's that one thing. There's that. And then cougars and, you know, wild, large creatures that could eat me. That's fun. What the hell? Where's mine? Well, they're 12, huh? I don't know if that's one I've had. But congratulations, first of all. Give it to me. And, you know, good on you. I've done something similar by chance. I was able to win a, was it Weller 107? Which is long gone, but oh my gosh, so good. I hope you enjoy it. I can't remember if I've had Weller 12. I feel like I might have, but when I think about the Whiskey Vault, while we're on it, there's a very limited amount of Buffalo Trace there. And there's a limited amount of Four Roses. Like, there's the basics, and that's it. It makes me sad. I wonder if they've actually reviewed Buffalo Trace, come to think of it. I can almost guarantee they haven't reviewed a variety of Buffalo Trace products. So maybe... this is a big maybe, by the way. I need to check that. Or maybe some of you can check that. I will forget, I guarantee it. I have not had the 12, just the SR. Special Reserve. Oh, I have one of those. I will say the 107 is a favorite of mine. The 12 year I don't think I've had, and the full proof I haven't had either. Or maybe I've had a sample of it. But honestly, they're all in the same vein. I will say the 107 is much better than the Special Reserve. Absolutely. Aha! I knew it. I drank it. See, I was in the back of my head, I'm like, have I had that? Yes, I don't think I was fantastically impressed with it, which made me sad. That's partly the reason I'm going like, wait, have I? So far, I do know I enjoy the Weller 107. I have not had the Weller full proof. So if I try that, then I will have I think I would have had the... I believe I will have tried all of them. There's probably something I've forgotten. But the four that, of course, come to mind are the Special Reserve, the 12 year, the full proof, and the 107. I know I like the 107. The rest, Andrew Butler, what was the proof on the 12? I have a feeling I know what it is, but you enlighten me, just in case I'm wrong, because I might be. I tend to be wrong about a lot of things. More, okay. Oh. Someone convinced me to have some... Why? Why? Can't do it. Someone convinced me to have the some Magnificent Beast later. Putting that here as a reminder. Whatever it was, this is your fault. Can't do it. I just need more air. Maybe it has to be glass. Ugh. Ah, that was very likely a high contributor to why I wasn't a huge fan. 45% for a 12 year. I think I was a little mad about that. Hey, I just finished my last sample from the latest you sent KillCo. Very nice lineup. I hope you enjoyed all of them. I mean, they were fantabulous. If I remember, which I don't. So please tell me which one it was, because I don't remember what they were. And I couldn't have known what you tried anyway. At least in what order. Bunnahabhain 12. Do it. I like Bunnahabhain 12, I think. Do they? Crap, I don't have... Wait. Hold on. Almost. Yeah. Let's start up a band with just glassware. It's gonna be great. Who's going off on a rant? It's the tequila talking. Wasted away again in Margarita. Texas, high proof. Was it still it? I mean, still Austin? Fucking thing. Was it a still Austin or was it... I don't have a huge... Well, I have still Austin. Andalusia, maybe? Those are the two I could have sent you that come up immediately. So still Austin and Andalusia. Really like the Four Roses, but have not liked too many Four Roses in the past. Was it a Four Roses single barrel? Because if it was very likely the Four Roses Special Reserve, or a select, hold on. Four Roses single barrel limited edition one, which is gone. And it was amazing. Jug Band Blues. No. I like Pink Floyd, but no, I couldn't. I don't think it was Balcones. I don't have any Balcones, so I couldn't give him a sample of it. Somebody gave it to me in Austin. Oh, was that? So I know Mr. Great Shot gave me a sample of the cast strength. Hold on. It was the Still Austin cast strength. It must have been the Still Austin cast strength, because what Mr. Great Shot gave me was the Still Austin cast strength Nancy Fraley pick, which I did enjoy, but it wasn't enough to convince me to buy the bottle. And also, I shouldn't buy that many bottles. And what was it, Mr. Great Shot? It was like $80, $90 for the bottle, which was a big, like, no, I'm good. I'm guessing it was Still Austin cast strength, just the regular cast strength, straight off. And that stuff's intense. It's good, but it's intense. I'm wearing socks. Some people, that's like, what do you mean? I'm wearing socks. It's like, well, I don't normally wear socks when I'm in my apartment. I just forgot to take them off. For anyone who's wondering, they're awesome socks. So there. Ah, yes. There you go. Texas Lone Elm. That would do it, yeah. It was the, $90. Puh, immediately takes the wind out of me. So the Four Roses was the OESV. That was my absolute favorite Four Roses. I still have the bottle that's empty sitting right next to me because I'm still sad about it. This was the private pick by Brent Elliott. Freaking amazing. But the... Yeah, I remember now. The Lone Elm was a pick by the Whiskey Crusaders. That's what you meant by the what it was given to me in Texas, because it was. And I think it was donated officially. Hold on. I know it's here. Oh. Yeah, there's this one. Lone Elm single barrel straight wheat whiskey. So it's a wheater. It does not drink like a wheater. And this was given to me by Jason Busey, aka also via the Whiskey Crusaders, because this is their pick. So it was the Whiskey Crusaders pick that Jason Busey had them give to me. It's very complicated. It's a complicated story, whiskey. Excuse me. Sorry, noise. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it, because Lone Elm is pretty awesome. My initial feelings on it were not the best, but as I have adapted to higher proof, and as I do enjoy wheat whiskey overall, it's nice to have that. Narwhals. Fancy. I'm part of the Awesome Socks Club, by the way. Or at least I was a couple times, but don't get me started. Something else that was started by these guys. First of all, these guys started an Awesome Socks Club. All proceeds going to charity. They started an Awesome Coffee Club. All proceeds going to charity. And recently, I kid you not, bars of soap. Barred soap. I don't think it's called the Awesome Soap Club. But I don't remember what it's actually called. And now I want to look it up. I've convinced myself I'm going to try some of their soap someday. Let me guess. Awesome Soap. Nope, that gives me a bunch of other stuff. Ah, it's too vague. Awesome Vlog Brothers soap. Let me see. Let me try this. Again, sorry, I don't like getting distracted, but I do it a lot, so. Uh-huh. DFTBA records, by the way, is what I'm talking about usually. And DFTBA means don't forget to be awesome. So, there we go. That'll start. Lachlumen. Makers of my candied apple. Oh my gosh. Yeah, here we go. What is it called? Sun Basin Soap. So they gave it a very different name. But the catch is that there are a lot of soap companies out there that prefer to remain nameless, that go through this company that makes this soap. And I want to see how many times I can move my eyebrows while I'm talking. So far, so good. It's kind of painful. I'll stop. Yes, Sun Basin Soap, if you want to look it up. They are, it's made in Montana. That's part of it. And it's just super fancy soap. So a lot of super fancy soap companies that say they are this, that, and the other thing are basically coming from this one soap place out of Montana. And one of the vlog brothers, this one in particular, Hank, lives in Montana. And he found out about the soap place, and he's making his own soap now. Or he's getting them to be involved, and all the money is going to charity and to help make more soap for everyone. That's the thing. They do have unscented, which is the only reason that made me think I wanted to get one, since I can't have scented stuff. If you're wondering why, it's because I'm a whiskey sommelier. There's the medallion to prove it. But I have gotten into the habit of having things that I use on my person that are unscented. I have unscented shampoo. I have unscented soap. Actually, I have Dove soap, which is fairly mild, but I would love to go for an unscented soap. And I still use Old Spice as a deodorant. I should technically use an unscented deodorant. I'm not about to change the brand I've been using since I was a boy. And since my father's father used before time immemorial. Immemorial. It's a thing. I'm accustomed to it. Yeah, baby. That was the 700 subscriber flight, if I'm remembering correctly. So if you want to go back to that stream, you can see what it was exactly. It was all just cream of my crop, so to speak. And like I said, this one is empty now. This is long gone. This is the bottle I adored. If you ever see an where'd it go? If you ever see an you can't see. Hold on. Camera, please help me here. This is the one I got, Brent Elliott Master Distiller. First of all, that's not going to happen. I bought this at the distillery, but this is an OESV, 20% rye mash bill, delicate fruit. If you see an OESV, single barrel, private select, as long as it's not like super expensive. This one was $90 at least. It was so freaking good. I drank half of that within a month. I don't do that normally. The Nulu is a hot one. That was the it's Bourbonite pick. Probably a dame to kill for, or a dram to kill for, or something like that. And that one's really good. But the Nulu bottles and a lot of stuff that It's Bourbonite does are really hot because of the proof. It's like 50-something odd percent, 60%. The MGP of soap, kind of. The problem is they can't say it. Like the company cannot tell you what soap brands they work for because of some kind of agreement. You know, legally speaking, it's not allowed. They'll get in trouble. Yep, see, you two are thinking the same way. And now they're doing their own. So it's a soap I'm going to try. And like I said, all the proceeds go to charity. Let me do the thing I did earlier. Let me see. Hold on. There we go. I will post the link. You can find out more there. But like I said, this is something that the Vlog Brothers are doing. This guy right here. He's trouble. They're both trouble, but he's also trouble. Let's see. I gotta double check this. I know it's them. It's gotta be. There's no other way I would find this. It looks exactly like what I'm thinking about. So I will hope this is the right link. But if it isn't, I apologize. Woo! 30 sample box and bourbon bounty. I have like hold on. I have at least 30 samples, maybe, of whiskey in front of me constantly. There's at least 10 here, and there's at least 10, maybe it's less than that. There's a whole bunch. So I can only imagine going through 30. That would take a while for me. And I've had to get used to the idea of doing samples that I've been given just because. Just to drink. Just because I want to try them. Instead of having to do it on a video, on a live stream. Blue. The sample gave me hope for Four Roses. Had a few other samples that were disjointed. Yeah, it's a thing. I mean, it's a... For one, single barrel. Anything single barrel, you're going to have a problem. And the real key thing, their selling point, is their switcheroo stuff with the OESV and all that. And they talk about what it is, the mash bill, and the type of yeast they use. They're the ones who are interesting because they do different types of yeast. Their mash bills fluctuate. They can change between one and the other. I think there are 4 total. I'm not sure about that. Don't quote me on that. Was the Nulu finished? I don't think it was. I think it was just a beast of whiskey. The finished stuff I have from its Bourbonite are fairly obvious. It was just a pick, and I'm still not certain if Nulu was MDP to begin with. So that wouldn't surprise me either. Wild Turkey 101. 12 years sample and a Master's Keep sample I need to get into, but they will be gone. Yeah. I have one over there. Whoop, sorry. I have a sample of Rebel Distiller Collection and now Weller 12 coming. Hell yeah. I have Rebel, it's a bourbon. I did a Rebel one. And actually, I think I purchased, I was talking about a obscure purchase I did earlier to freaking me out. Because I got this crown. It cost me $475, which I don't have. So, credit card. And then immediately after that, found out about It's Bourbon Night doing a release. I purchased that, and then I got free shipping. So I purchased another. And that one happened to be one I have not bumped into yet. But it was another Whiskey Tube channel. God, which one was it? It was Strawberry something, and I'm fairly certain it was a Rebel pick. What was Rebel Yell, but now it's just Rebel. Strawberry something. And I want to say My Bourbon Journey? Is that it? Let me know if you know. I think it was My Bourbon Journey and Mash and Drum. I think. Like a while ago. Those two have been comboing picks, I think. Mr. Great Chat, I think I drank that during a stream once. But I'm not 100% sure. And which one? I couldn't tell you. But if it was a Japanese whiskey, I would have tried it a while ago. And if you gave it to me within a year, so not since my last trip, but before that, I would have very likely drank it already. On stream, I think. Because that sounds familiar. The AO. Or is that one you gave me when I was last there in Texas? No, it wasn't Peanut Buster. Anything with peanut I wouldn't like. They did mention that if you added water, it would get a peanutty quality. And I went, blah. But I'm fairly certain it was a Mash and Journey. It must have been a Mash and Journey pick. Yeah, it must be what it was. What about Journey and Mash? What the hell? Mash and Journey does sound better, but still. It was a strawberry something. I don't even know how we check that. Come to think of it. I know I did it. Strawberry one. Yeah, it was Ezra. Okay. I think the other one was Rebel because Ezra and Rebel are the same distillery basically. Same distillery. There we go. Rebel single barrel. Boogie Nights 2 strawberry smoothie. That's what it was. It was the strawberry smoothie one. Mass and Journey and Keg and Bottle private barrel pick. Exactly. Oops, sorry. Andrew Butler. Exactly. Because I did a single barrel whiskey tuber pick of It's Bourbon Night, the selling point for that was that free shipping. So I bought the It's Bourbon Night one, and then they're like, by the way, if you buy another YouTuber pick or whiskey tuber pick, you get free shipping. I went, screw it. And that was the one that caught my attention because for whatever reason, I was thinking about strawberries that day. Maybe it was because it's spring, leading into summer. It was a nice day. I like strawberries. I don't really know. But that's on the way to, I don't remember how much it was, but I know, $20 off of that for shipping is fine. It was a good idea. Mr. Great Shot's fine. I feel like I drank that one already, though, because I like, I want to try Japanese whiskeys when I get them. And I remember, I'm looking at what I have now, and it would have been in front of me. So I'm pretty certain I did it for a stream at some point. But I could be wrong. If not, send me more. No, don't do that. Sort of very good. That was a selling point. I don't deal with my bourbon journey. I don't deal with mash and drum. I don't deal with most other whiskey tube people. Okay, I can't have that influence, and I can't keep track of everyone, so I don't. That's simple. I would love to have any of them on my stream for like not an interview, but like a chat, like a live stream guest. So if you guys ever want to encourage them to do so, please do, because I'm not the one who can do it. I think I've asked at least Mash and Journey once upon a time. Not Mash and Journey. I've asked Mash and Drum at least once upon a time to visit, and he's definitely visited a bunch of other channels to the point where I don't care anymore. It's like he either will or he won't, so whatever. I'm fine with that. But for the most part, I like all the people who have had as guests. I'd like to get Daniel on here. I'd like to get Rex on here because he's the most reclusive of them all. Whiskey Mountains is probably the one I've had on as my guest most of all. She just had a fun stream a couple nights ago. Oh no, look who just showed up. God, I gotta have to shut her down. All right, look who showed up. I gotta end this. Oh my God, look at him. Look at him. My God, why is he here? Whiskey Uncensored, why did it hate your little thumbnail picker? What the hell? Epic mustache sticker with weird Mexican booze on it. Well, it's a margarita. The Mexican booze, so to speak, will not be in my system officially until about 60 seconds from now. Great. Zen Buddha, I am not. It's a thought process, but much like you, I'm not really interested in Whistle Pig enough to go. And I will be at the zoo event come this Thursday. So I'm trying to just mentally prepare myself for that more than anything. If it had been something else other than Whistle Pig, maybe. But even then, I'm so tired. Even from today, it's just like, bleh. I would like to, but I don't think I have the energy. We'll see. I'll leave it up to how I'm feeling tomorrow, but considering I'm drinking tequila and margaritas, I don't know. I don't dealing with anyone. You're not special. Nobody. Everybody and nobody. It's fine. Forget about it. Bourbon, I will deal with you any day. Relax. Hey, if you want to be a guest, you just have to ask. Just let me know. You know when I go live. It's not complicated. You're too busy hanging out with the cool kids to hang out with me. Stop. What? Never mind. Woo! Redbreast. Oh, that's right. Whiskey Uncensored. I heard you got someone a Redbreast PX cast. What the hell? Or you might have. Ugh. I do not. No such thing. Oof. Well, it's 9 o'clock. I'm supposed to stop. And I will soon. But there are things I didn't consider that I have to mentally prepare myself for now. Mr. Great Shot, you can be a guest. Just tell me when. Fridays or Sundays. I can do other days, but I just have to know. I've said that with other guests, like with Roy, especially, or anyone overseas in a completely different time zone. I'm cool with it. Like, if you want to go live on a Wednesday at 4 p.m., I can do that. I like to think I'm the most flexible whiskey tuber out there as far as going live, because I will go live whenever. But I don't, usually. I'm trying to stick to a schedule. What I'm trying to do is get videos out every week on a freaking Wednesday. What the hell? Can't hear my music. I know, he's trouble. What the hell? Music. Music? There's something playing, but I can't hear it, so I don't believe it exists. Just gonna... There we go. Yeah, I agree. Hang it easy. I am good for, I've said it before, but I go for Kolsch. Kolsch with the O, with the weird things above it. Kolsch style beers, and that's Pilsners probably is what I would go for in general. Oh, it's not just send me a link. We have to tell me a time and day, and we'll do it. Like, if you want to do... hold on. I don't think... Well, a lot of it is how am I feeling. That's the real rough part. But they could be next Friday or that Sunday, because I have nothing planned officially. Friday nor Sunday. What day is it? Oh gosh, already we're going into the 12th. So the 12th or the 14th. Actually, the 14th. I may have a different guest on. We'll see. That is Mother's Day, everyone. Just a heads up. May 14th comes at you quick. Coincidentally, I might add, since she's not here at the moment, I don't think, my mother somehow managed to have her wedding anniversary, then her birthday, then Mother's Day, just right in a row, almost. So again, May 14th is Mother's Day. We don't know what we're doing on the 14th yet, but if you want to try for the 12th or the 19th, or anything. Again, I'm flexible. Whatever schedule works for you. Pull up my everything. Hold on. True that. Yeah, he was there for, that was Whiskey Somm level 1, wasn't it? Must have been. Whenever I do this, and I tap my finger just once or twice, I cannot help but think of The Princess Bride, where he is laying down and has just come back to life and does this. And then Andre the Giant says, "You just move your finger. Doesn't that make you happy?" I don't know why. I don't even know why I do that. There's no reasoning for anything here. Don't worry about it. Relax. Alright, now I said I'd end the stream this way. And believe me, I don't want to. But I said I would. And I pretended to start the stream this way. Please take care of yourself, is the first thing I'll say before I do this utter nonsense. But I'm doing this because this is a whiskey channel. It is Cinco de Mayo. And this is, let's just admit it, funny. So we'll do it. Have I been mostly dead all day? I'm constantly dead inside, so no, I have been pretty rough in the morning, and I say that by getting out of bed at maybe 11:30 or 12, having gone to sleep at about 3 a.m. Keep that in mind. But there's like this heaviness in the fog, or whatever you want to call it. It's always sitting in the front of my head here. Alcohol doesn't help that, and I've just had a margarita with a double shot of tequila in it. So there's that. And just in general, I've been okay though. My overall, I start to pick up a little bit in the night, and it helps if I have more coffee. But I haven't had more coffee. What I will do is I'm going to do the thing I said I did at the start of the stream to keep you all here. I know that's the only reason you're here. Don't lie to me. And then I'll be ending the evening alone with the Magnificent Beast. And it's all Mr. Great Shot's fault. So there's that. I wake up with a headache. It's my own fault because I should have drank enough water. Hydration is key. Oh, there's so much regret in my head right now. Not a full shot. We got some killer music now. Yeah. What? Sorry. This is all I'm going to deal with here. I already regret it. I'm sad. I poured this. Okay, same color. See? It's actually tequila. Unlike the start of the stream where I made a joke and drank water, but I pretended it was tequila. How do people do this? This is like, I feel my heart rate has gone up. What's my heart rate right now? 94. Great. Doesn't smell great now that I think about it. Doesn't smell terrible. Hold on, let's do a little whiskey nosing here. Hold on. It's a little musty, a little sweet. Is it green note? Oh well, okay. If I were to say a green note, it would be aloe vera, which looks particularly similar to the agave plant. It might be in the same category. I don't know. There's a slight smokiness to it. The more I smell it, it doesn't smell that bad, actually. I think it's the initial smell that's rough. Alright, I can't keep holding this up. It's 9:07, again, 7. I'll do this first, and then I will regret, and then I'll do the outro. Agreed? Agreed. Get everything situated on this side. Alright, we're good. Hydration is key. Take care of yourself. Well, what's the saying? Hold on, it's not what I think it is. Where is it? Hold on, I gotta cycle through the number of things in my brain here. Salud. Thankfully, I've learned how to take a shot over the years. Whew. And it's not shove it down your throat, for the record. That was actually pretty good. And of all the shots I've taken in my life, that was the least damaging I've ever taken. So, thank you, Terramana. Dwayne Johnson, get in touch. As always. Oh, wait. I just took the shot. I don't have actually something to... I will have so much regret tomorrow. Hold on. Hold on. Wait. The actual hold on. Hopefully this isn't too loud. Ah! Okay. I thought about doing another margarita, but considering that one took me 2 hours to finish, I'm good. So we'll do this. It's Whiskey Channel. I'm going to finish Cinco de Mayo with some whiskey. That makes perfect sense. Brew Baker, if you're still here, I know. I'm going to send you a message as soon as I stop the stream. And this might be involved in that situation. So, I hope you all enjoy your Cinco de Mayo. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay hydrated. And of course, the most important part here, I will say, as always, live long and prosper. Don't forget to be awesome. And I will see you out there. Thank you for joining me on KillCo Whiskey Musings. You can find my social media and Patreon in the links below. Be sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.